Well, good afternoon, folks. Or evening, or wherever you're at. Good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. This is what we got to talk about. A lot to talk about. This is post game Ohio State versus Michigan, part 2. These are the stats, is what we're talking about. I'm trying to get as much information here as I can. Julian Sayin. This guy, I'm telling you, he is a monster. I mean, Ohio State and Michigan, they looked almost like Michigan was going to kind of go away at first. I was getting kind of worried. Michigan started off early. They drove down the field, kicked a field goal. First, an incomplete pass by Sayin, then an interception. Then Michigan capitalized on that, making it 6-0. Then Ohio State answered, making it a field goal, 6-3. Drive was stalled. But then they answered right before half on a touchdown to Jeremiah Smith, making it 10-6. Then Michigan answered on a field goal, 10-9. All these points Michigan would score after that was 9. Then they answered on a touchdown, 17-9, off of Julian Sayin to Brandon Ennis. That made it 17-9. And then the third quarter starts, and a big old pass downfield down to Tate. Big catch. And that would be all she wrote there. 24-9. And then a field goal. That killed him. That there. They went in there, took down the house, and pretty much took down the maize and blue, and pretty much made that scarlet and gray up there. If you really want to get real antsy-pantsy about how that all does, go to another YouTube channel called Big Kangaroo. He's a diehard Alabama fan, but he pretty much summed it up even just as funny as I did. I mean, he's really funny. It's either Big Red Kangaroo or Big Kangaroo. I can't remember what it is. But he pretty much summed it up about it. He'll say Roll Tide, but he also at the very end he says Go Buckeyes. So, but he pretty much has a lot of funny things to say about that. But here's Julian Sayin's stats. 19 of 26, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for 233 total yards. Now, Julian Sayin did a phenomenal job on the passing game. Now, Bryce Underwood, the top prospect right out of high school, supposed to put up all these big phenomenal numbers that everyone's supposed to see. What do we get from him? Well, let's take a look here. Against Ohio State, he went 8 of 18, 1 interception for 63 yards. What? 63 yards? Are you kidding me? No. Oh. What went wrong? Well, I'll talk about that right here, right now. There's a lot of things that technically went wrong for Michigan. And this is pretty much kind of the same thing that Ohio State did. Okay? We all get it. Ohio State and Michigan. But then Bryce Underwood's total yards of his whole completion is 2,229 yards. 61.1% accuracy. Now, on the flip side of that, Sayin has 3,065 total yards of completion, 78.9%. What the hell am I looking at here? 9 incomplete passes with an interception. The last two the two losses before that were on the road, one at Oklahoma, one at USC. And the scores were as follows. 24-13 at Oklahoma, where Underwood threw, let me find Underwood there, where he went 9 of 24 for 142 yards. Then when they played USC, 15 of 24, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for 207 yards. There you have it. And then they held the Michigan total yards to 163 total yards of offense. I mean, 163, the lowest amount of offense they've had all year long. That's the lowest they had. I mean, Oklahoma, they lost there, 288 total yards. Then when they played USC, they had 316 total yards. I mean, that's still a pretty big number there. But 288, that's still a pretty big number, but 163 against Ohio State. Absolutely sad. And they only had 100 yards in the run game, or at the rushing yards, and 63 passing. So there's where you get the 163 altogether. Now, when you look at this stuff, you think to yourself, why did they get that many? Well, they had -8, supposedly at one point there was like -8 rushing yards in the second half, so it's almost as if that had a contribution to it. Now, Ohio State, Underwood was sacked at least one time during the entire game, and that was like, it was either the third or fourth quarter, I can't remember, but Ohio State pretty much proved they were good, and they were not weak whatsoever in that game. Now, they proved what they were meaning to do. The rushing game, and what's even worse, their leading rusher, Bo Jackson, Ohio State that is, had more rushing yards than Michigan's entire offense combined. 3 more yards! He had actually Grambling State's total offensive running of 166 total yards. Grambling State's total running game, total yards, 166. 166 total yards, which is what Grambling State had. I mean, that there tells you just how much yardage they had. Now, the difference between Ohio State and Michigan this time around was Michigan was playing exactly the same look they did last year. Covering Ohio State's secondary, using the same defense as they did the last time. Ohio State was attacking that. But when they started doing, but instead of running the ball like they really wanted to prove they could run the ball the past 4 years in a row, they went with the pass game. And it killed Michigan. Then when they were catching on to the pass game, they ran the ball. They started running the ball some. They ran the ball a little bit. Kind of found a little bit of a groove there. I thought Bo Jackson was going to get tackled in the backfield for a moment, but then when I realized, yeah, okay, he might have a little bit of room there. But then I realized, wait a minute. He actually might get some. Then he started getting yardage. I realized, yeah, good. That's a good game. But then you think outside the box. Where did Michigan screw up? Because it's the deep down pass. They threw the ball, Ohio State that is, when Julian Stain threw the ball, Bo Jackson was wide open on a play because, you know why? They were playing their same defense. They had 2 guys covering Jeremiah Smith. They had 2 guys covering Tate. They had 2 guys covering the tight end. So that left him wide open, and they threw it right to him. Wide open. And he ran it right down where he needed to because they were all converging on the other guys. So he converted there, and that's how he got there. And he was in the backfield, and they had 2 guys converting on him. That left only 3 guys up front. So, it's all simple It's a 4-2-5 formation on defense that Michigan always seems to use. They used that last year, the year before, and the year before, and the year before, and the 4 straight years they used it, it always seemed to work because we tried running the ball, and they were ready for it. Now, considering we passed the ball, they were not ready this time. We started running the ball some on them. After we started passing some, we ran the ball some. Now Michigan started using our language. Too predictable. We're too predictable. Because they relied too much on the running game. We were more of an air raid offense than they were. They relied too much on the running game. When they started running the ball more often, they couldn't get past the run game. Then they ended up getting their butts handed to them. We gave it to them. It is what it is. I mean, we ran right past them every single time they had a chance to stop, but we stopped them in their tracks. And that's how that worked. So, we'll take it right there. With that being said, we'll do the all the time. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace. And we'll talk about the Indiana. And before I leave, we'll talk about Indiana's stats and Ohio State stats, and we'll go from there and compare the two this weekend for a very big 1-2 showdown this weekend. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.